Hello, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I am MaKenzie. Today we are going to get started right into class, but first, if you would like any props, take a second to go ahead and grab those. Whatever you think you may need to help assist you throughout this practice, go ahead and grab those. Otherwise, we are going to get started right into class. So let's start by coming down towards our mat, bending into our knees, and taking a seat back on our feet. We can keep our knees straight out in front, or maybe draw our knees towards the edges of our mat as we gently crawl our fingertips forward, releasing our head and our neck down. Beginning to close our eyes as we start to get settled into class today. Starting to notice our breath, noticing where our mind is at. As we start to draw attention to our breath, noticing our inhales and our exhales. And beginning to lengthen and even them out. On our next breath in, you can blink your eyes open as we crawl our hands back to our knees, coming to find a seat on our feet. You can keep your knees wide or drawing them in together. From wherever you are, we're going to plant our hands on top of our kneecaps, moving through a seated cow and cat. So on your next breath in, rolling the shoulders down and back, opening up the front of the chest for a cow. Exhale, pressing into your knees, rounding through your spine for a seated cat. Again, inhale, roll the shoulders down and back, gently scoop your lower belly for cow. Exhale, pressing into your knees, feeling the space in between your shoulder blades expand. One more time each way. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat, pressing into your knees. And come back towards center. Draw your knees in if they are not already there. As we crawl our hands forward, coming into a tabletop. Making sure our shoulders are above our wrists and our hips are right above our knees. As we kick our right leg back, hovering our leg, feeling our core engage as we bring our left arm straight on in front. Getting a little bit of a balancing challenge in here. And then dropping our left hand down, our right toes down as we press back through our right heel. Noticing how this feels, maybe feeling a stretch through the back of our right calf. And sweeping our right leg off towards the side. Coming to stand on our left knee, a little funky standing pose here. As we begin to crawl our right hand down our right leg, sweeping our left arm over. Breathing here, drawing our shoulders away from our ears. Feeling our left side body growing long. And rise back towards center, reaching both arms high. And dropping our left hand down, reaching our right arm up and over. For a little modified side plank, if you'd like more of a challenge, you can always pick up your right leg. And from wherever you are, release back down into a tabletop. Moving into the other side, so kicking our left leg straight back as we sweep our right arm straight on in front. Feeling our core engage, finding a gazing point. And release our right hand down, dropping our left foot down, pressing back through our left heel. And begin to sweep our left foot off towards the edge of the mat, coming to rise onto our right knee. Drawing our arms up, and then releasing our left hand down our left leg, reaching our right arm up and over. Feeling the stretch through our right side body this time. Keeping the ribs tucked in. And move through center, dropping the right hand down, reaching our left arm up and over. You can stay here or always pick up your left leg if you'd like more of a challenge. And from wherever you are, release back down into your tabletop, tucking all 10 toes under As we begin to draw our hands back, coming to find a seat on top of our feet with the toes tucked. Fingertips into the mat, picking our knees up off the mat, and forward fold at the back. We can bend the knees as much as needed. Taking a second here, fold it at the back of the mat. And on our next breath in, drawing our hands towards our shins as we gaze forward for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up all the way towards standing. Exhale, palms come together in front of your heart. Again, inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms down, lifting the chest. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Planting your palms into the floor as we begin to walk out into a downward facing dog. Pressing back, bending into our knees, really feeling the spine grow long. Releasing our head, noticing how you feel in this first down dog of our practice today. And on your next breath in, begin to sweep your right leg towards the sky. Maybe begin to bend your knee, opening up your hip, getting some movement through your right hip. And straighten your leg, closing off your hips. Begin to draw your knee into your nose and planting your right foot down by your hands. Keeping your left hand in the mat, sweeping your right arm up. Feeling this twist as we move into a little funky transition. So come up onto the fingertips of your left hand. Feel your core engage as we begin to pick up our body, moving into a full crescent lunge twist. So your left arm is reaching forward, your right arm is reaching towards the back of the mat. Feeling this twist here. And reach both arms up, unwinding from that twist. Pivoting our left foot flat, moving into a warrior two. Bending into your right knee, arms reaching long through your fingertips. And begin to straighten your front leg as you drop your left hand down your left leg, reaching your arm over for a reverse triangle. Move through center to drop your right hand down, moving into a triangle. If you'd like, now is a great time to grab your block, placing it underneath your right hand, bringing the ground closer to you. And begin to bend into your front knee, dropping your hands down towards the mat, pivoting onto the toes of your left foot. As we pick up our left leg, coming into a one-legged fold at the top of our mat. Depending on how open your legs are, this could look more like a supported warrior three, which is where I am at today, and that is totally fine. From here, making sure your fingertips are firmly in the mat, begin to do a little curtsy lunge, so bending your knees, bringing your left knee to your right shin, and back up. We're going to do that 2 more times, so begin to bend your right knee, drawing your left knee to your right calf, and rise back up. 1 more time, bending down for a little curtsy lunge, and coming back up. Stepping your left foot back, planting your hands into the mat as you release your right foot back to a 3-legged downward facing dog. And drop your foot down for a full down dog. You can bend your knees, pedal them out, bending into one knee, straightening the other. As we move into the other side, so come to find stillness, drawing your left leg up. Then begin to bend your knee, open up through your hip. And close your hips down, straightening out your left leg as we draw our knee into our nose. Planting our left foot down by our hands, keeping our right hand in the mat, sweeping our left arm up. Feeling the twist here. Begin to feel your core engage as we lift our upper body up into a little crescent lunge twist. Find a steady gazing point with your right arm reaching forward and your left arm reaching behind. And unwind. Both arms reach up tall ahead as we pivot our right foot flat, moving into your warrior two. Bending into your left knee, making sure you can see your big toe. Arms reaching out long, drawing the shoulders away from your ears. Straining out your front leg as we drop our back hand down our back leg. Left arm reaches over, or reverse triangle. And from here, moving through center into a triangle, dropping our left hand down. Finding a block or any props you would like in this pose to help bring the ground closer. And begin to bend into your front leg, releasing your hands down, coming up onto your toes of your right foot as we pick up our right leg, coming into a one-legged fold at the top of the mat. Moving up onto your fingertips, feeling stability here, but also working through your core and through your legs. Moving into curtsy lunges here, so bending our left knee as we draw our right knee towards our left shin and release back up. Again, 2 more times, bending into the knees, curtsying down and releasing back up. 1 more time and back up. Drop our right foot back towards the back of the mat, planting our palms down as we draw our left foot back for a 3-legged dog to a downward facing dog. Staying here for 1 round of breath. And on your next inhale, shifting your weight forward into a plank, finding some strength here as we slowly lower all the way onto our belly. Drawing our fingertips out wide, staying on our fingertips, tensing our palms as we begin to peel our chest up off the mat for a wide arm cobra variation. Releasing back down. And again, pressing into your fingertips, lifting your chest up off the mat. Releasing. 1 more time, press into your fingertips, lifting your chest up off the mat as we begin to dip one shoulder down, peeking over the other. Come back towards center, rise. As we dip our other shoulder down, peeking over the opposite one. Come back towards center, rising tall, and releasing your chest back down. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing up into a tabletop. You can get adjusted. If you have any pillows or blankets, go ahead and get them handy as we move into a pigeon pose from here. So slide your right knee up towards your right hand, kicking our foot off towards the left side, releasing down slowly into a pigeon. If you have a blanket or a pillow, go ahead and put them underneath your right hip if that is most comfortable for you. You can stay sitting up tall or start to drop onto your elbows. Releasing your head down, feeling the support of the ground beneath you in this pigeon pose together. Noticing what comes up for you in this pose, how you are feeling. If your mind is starting to wander, start to bring it back to the mat, to our time and practice together. And if you drop down onto your elbows, start to come up onto your hands, removing the blanket or any props you had underneath your hip as we release back into your tabletop. Moving into the other side, so drawing our left knee towards our left hand, kicking our foot off towards the right, taking any blankets or props, placing them underneath our left hip as we find our way into a pigeon pose on this side. You can stay sitting up tall or begin to release down onto your forearms, releasing your head and your neck. Working and moving through this pose, finding a spot that works for you. Maybe finding your edge. Keeping steady and strong through your breath as we slow down our practice. If you drop down onto your forearms, rise back up into your hands, releasing any blocks or pillows you had underneath your hip. As we begin to pivot, open towards the wide edge of your mat. Move into a wide-legged seated fold. So drawing our left leg out long. If you have any blocks, go ahead and place them maybe right in front as we begin to fold over our legs. You can drop down onto your forearms if this is accessible, bringing your hands wherever it's most comfortable for you. And come to rise, drawing both hands towards your right foot, feeling the stretch, moving your hands down as far as it's comfortable for you. And sweeping off towards your other foot, working your hands down your leg. And come back towards center, sitting up tall, and begin to cross your legs. As we begin to move into our final pose together, our mini Shavasana. If you'd like your seat a little bit elevated, you can always take your blanket or pillow, place it right underneath your hips for a little taller seat. You can draw your hands on top of your knees or towards the center of your lap, whichever is most comfortable for you. We're going to take a second here in our last pose to close our eyes. Noticing our breath and noticing how we're feeling at the end of the class. Taking a moment to thank ourselves for the time we made for intentional movements. You can stay here as long as you would like, or when you're ready, begin to blink your eyes open. Drawing your palms together in front of your heart as we gently bow our forehead down to our fingertips to seal in the end of our practice together.